Hi folks, Bob Dale for Southern Remarketing in Jackson, Mississippi. We're about to do a video on a really nice truck, folks. One of the most difficult and hard to find trucks on the secondary market. One of the most popular, of course, is a Ford King Ranch. And that's what we're going to list today. By the way, it is the second day of February, and I'm not going to comment on it because my son holds the other point of view, but it's 76 degrees here in the Confederacy. Beautiful. Might say something about climate change, but I'm not.
Hey, the only thing people argue about is whose fault it is.
Well, that's true too. Anyway, but it's a beautiful winter day here in the Confederacy. I hope it's as pretty where you are as here with us. This great truck, folks. Pretty truck. I mean, sitting on a perfect set of Yokohama tires, spares underneath it. It's a 2008 Ford F250 turbo diesel King Ranch. A pretty truck. It's been leveled, got all the right equipment. The leather's beautiful. It's only got 180,000 miles on it. Rides and drives the very best, and everything works. Got moonroof, all the King Ranch equipment on it. We're going to show it to you. There's not much you can pick about this truck, folks, but like on the hood, you can't see it in here. There's 3 or 4 little pin pricks that Dan's going to touch up. The reason we haven't done that in advance is because if they show up, people will be calling, what did you cover up? We didn't cover up anything, folks. There's 3 or 4 pin pricks there. I'm just telling you everything that people can pick with us. It's a local Southern truck. There is no rust issues, any of that. Keyless entry. Nerf bars, but look how nice this leather is in this truck. 2008.
Heated seats.
I mean, beautiful leather. Moonroof. It's a non-smoker's truck. No pets or any of that in here. The headliner is absolutely wonderful. Do these mirrors turn in, son?
Yeah, I'll show all that in the video. Got the carpets in great shape. The console's great. Even the steering wheel is not ripped or torn, which you would might expect. Got a 6-disc CD changer, cup holders.
No pecks in the windshield, none of that.
We didn't replace the windshield. It was already perfect for once. It's got the 373 limited slip differentials.
See here how nice this is up in here.
No rust. There's no, sometimes you get a lot of wear right here from door hinges getting wear, but not the case.
I don't know what it's going to look like on the video, but this is a pretty color of blue.
Power sliding rear window. Both these seats flip up, have trays that come out. You can see under here the carpet is nice. Got your King Ranch logo, extra power outlet. I got the other seat flipped up to show that tray too.
Can't stress, folks, how nice this leather is for a 2008. Because trust me, we have sold, it's great, we have sold a lot of King Ranch trucks, and it's really rare to find one with the leather this nice in it. I mean, it's not faded like they normally are and all that. People sliding in and out of them. See here how nice that is. Can you show under here, son, how clean that is? And that's not been spray painted black, and it's not got tar on it. That's just the way it came. You see the spare underneath it.
There's no rock pecks behind the wheels. It hadn't been out.
4-wheel drive off-road package. Dan calls this the old man step. Thinks that's funny. Now, he won't think that's funny when he's 102 like his father, but right now that's just hilarious as hell that I have to use this to get up in the bed of the truck. This has got the bed extender. You see how that works?
I got one side in to show you how it looks folded, and this is how it looks open.
But look at the bed. That's the original spray-in bed liner. It's not beat up, it's not gouged up. The bed liner is just absolutely mint, like it was put in.
That's just dirt.
It's rare to see one that people have not been hauling stuff and slamming it around in the back. You can see the tailpipes are clean.
Factory exhaust.
Here. And you can see back here, it's not been in water and mud and all that. They don't look like that when they've been that way. Nerf bars are beautiful. Dan was showing you this seat here. The carpet is just pretty. Nice shape. And these trucks, we slam these doors like that, folks, because they are built to such tolerances that if you just, I mean, anyway, You have to shut here's your books, your records and all that. Carpet is perfect.
And it's got this full set of Husky liners. I mean, that's 100, 150, 200 something. They're expensive. You can see in the door pockets, you can tell a work truck because these door pockets will be filthy, scuffed up, greasy, and everything else.
And everything else. And our folks, let me say how to couch this. They cannot and they will not get it out. It is a genetic proclivity not to clean those up. Once again, I'll up under here how pretty these. Those are 20-inch tires. Those are Yokohamas. And I'm not going to give a percentage because then but they're just perfect set of tires. You see the tread depth and everything.
Knee deep in rubber.
Knee deep in rubber. The wheels are not scuffed up. Those wheels, you know, rednecks will hub them up on the sidewalk and they look
Your
like
bike can't help it going through these drive-thrus nowadays. Well, they make the turns so sharp.
That's true too, or get out. Pretty truck, folks. If you have a question about this truck, we're going to run it with a low reserve. You're going to run it just with a low reserve?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just have a low reserve.
Or an offer. I don't know.
Or an offer. Either way, we're going to sell it. They always sell these King Ranch trucks. And the reason they sell is this. I can promise you. People go out and they decide, they see a King Ranch truck and they say, boy, that is pretty. Let me run out to old Clyde and Ethel's Ford dealership, and they ride out to Clyde and Ethel's, and guess what? One of them's about 70,000 or something totally ignorant. And they go, oh my God. Well, they come back and they get on eBay and they see an E8, an 08, and they say, golly, we can buy this truck. Now it may not smell new like that 70,000 or 65, whatever it is, but hey, the depreciation's already out of that one. We can drive this truck for 5 years, might lose $100 a month of depreciation.
Or less.
Or less, $50, $75 a month. We can go buy a Clyde and Ethel's truck and drive it for 5 years. Guess what we're gonna lose? We're gonna lose $50,000 or $40,000. There's a vast difference, folks. Don't know how they sell these high dollar pickup trucks when you can buy a truck like this for a mere pittance compared to what a new one costs. Great truck. Anyway, if you have any questions about it, give Dan a call, 601-720-2857. 601-720-2857. If you want to know what it takes to buy it, we pay all of our fees up front. We sell only through eBay. Give him a call. He'll tell you exactly what it takes to buy it. And I promise you, you'll be watching it and all of a sudden it will disappear because someone called and said, what will you take? And Dan said X, and he said, I'll take it. Because we sell our trucks and we have great price. That's why we sell so many of them. But it's as nice a truck as you're gonna find, and certainly for the money, it's a sterling bargain. It's a 2008 Ford F250 King Ranch, turbo diesel, 4-wheel drive, got the spray-in bed liner from the factory that looks like the day it left. Dan's gonna give you a ride and drive. Everything does exactly the way it ought to. The interior, I'm telling you, you won't find one any nicer. The leather is just the way it ought to be. It has every King Ranch option, moonroof, heated seats, all that, CD changer. It's just a great truck, a great using truck, a great truck to ride and drive and have fun in and not have to mortgage your college fund. Just a nice truck that you'll enjoy. Whoever buys it will be real tickled that they did. Plus, if you don't want to ship it, you can fly down here, have a nice trip home. It's that kind of truck. We like it a lot. You will too. Thank you so much for watching our video, folks. We appreciate it more than you know. Look forward to visiting with you about the truck. Look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.
Hi folks, Dan Dale here. You've been listening to my dad talk about this truck. Now I'm going to take you on a test drive, but before I do, just want to show you under the hood, show you how clean it is, because we don't clean under hoods. This is just how it came into us. So you can tell it hadn't spent its life out in mud holes and mud bog and everything else. The batteries, June of 14, so they're good, they're fresh. You can see the marks on the bolts of the core support, which tells you that the core support's been off because they've already done the radiator. That's a problem with 08, but it's been handled on this, so that's about 1,200–1,500 you ain't got to worry about spending anytime soon. But the main thing I want to show you is this truck doesn't have any blow by. Now you can see just a little bit of smoke coming out, but on a 6.4 like this one, or even the newer 6.7, smoke is normal. I've got a 2015 with, I think, 16,000 miles, and it smokes more than this. So, I mean, smoke's normal. The main thing is, you can see I set the oil fill cap down on there. It doesn't blow off. If it blows off, that means your crankcase is under pressure. That means engine compression is getting past the piston rings and into the crankcase, and it means you got engine wear. I mean, it's not necessarily a sign that the engine is shot, but it's just a sign of wear, and this one doesn't have that. So, anyway, just wanted to show you that. Now we'll pause a second while I hop in the truck and take it down the road. Okay, now we're in the truck. You can see got the 6-disc MP3 CD changer, blah blah blah, dual zone auto climate, dual heated seats, got your upfitter switches, got your tow command, which I have to set on 7 because that's a habit of mine, power adjustable pedals, parking sensors. See the 4-wheel drive, flip it on, flip it off. There's your cup holders, armrest, perfect. Got down in there, looks good. Moon roof, I'm gonna shut this. Got the garage door opener, the automatic dimming rear view mirror. It's got the 2 presets for your what am I trying to say, 2 presets for your seats and everything. You see the mirrors, you hit a button, they extend power left and right. Now apparently this right mirror power folds, this left mirror is not power folding. We will investigate that. However, do not buy this truck assuming that that mirror is going to be fixed. I cannot make any promises about it and without having looked at it. So if that's an issue, let me know. I can factor it into a price. I think a new one, you can get a brand new one, I think, for around 150 bucks on eBay. I'll have to double check, but they're cheap. They're not, it's not much cheaper, not much more expensive to buy a whole mirror nowadays than to replace the mirror glass, oddly enough. Got the automatic headlights, got your climate controls. You can see I'm hitting the steering wheel, turning the air up and down. Got your media button. It's got the line input if you want to, I'm trying to say, plug your phone in or your iPod or whatever. Steering wheel is just perfect, not ripped or torn. All that's in good shape. Just this wheel a little bit. Now you'll have to excuse my shaky camera work because I'm filming with one hand and driving with the other on some of the worst roads in the city of Jackson. So the video may come out a little shaky, but rest assured the truck itself has an excellent ride and drive. And the other thing you can take away from these horrible roads I'm driving on is that the truck doesn't have any squeaks or rattles. It's tight. Even the windshield is perfect. I don't see any rock pecks, cracks, or anything, which, believe it or not, is unusual for us because about every truck we get in has got something going on with the windshield. I guess nowadays they just don't make windshields like they used to, but it's good on this one. See the power sliding rear window. It's got the got your climate, I mean not your climate, your display. You can turn it on and off. You can go through the trips, your distance to empty, your compass heading, all that. Now let me just tell you, this truck, unlike most of the trucks we get, is not deleted or tuned. We used to just kind of do that as a matter of course, but we had a few people that lived in states where they actually check diesel emissions and stuff, and so we've just decided we're not going to do that unless we're requested to, but we can do it, or we can get it done. I should say it like that to cover myself, but it can get done for a real good price. And the benefits of that are twofold. One, you don't have the way these 6.4s clean their soot filter is they just dump extra fuel into the motor, whereas new trucks use that fluid. And what that does on the 6.4s, dumping all that fuel in, if you're not on top of your service, then eventually some of that extra fuel works its way past the piston rings and into the crankcase, and it thins out the oil and gives you other problems. Unless you're on top of it. As long as you're on top of the service, then it's not really a big deal. But trucks that aren't been on top of the service, you can tell they've got problems. They just make a little more diesel sound than usual, and it's hard to explain unless you've heard it. And so I know the difference. Now this one's fine, but they've obviously been on top of this one. But the other thing is, you're dumping fuel out the exhaust, so that just kills the fuel economy. You can pick up 5 to 7 miles per gallon easy just by doing a DPF delete. And you can turn up the horsepower. It's 350 stock. You can leave it the horsepower level stock, or you can turn it as high as 650, and it doesn't really affect mileage. And unlike a 6.0, you don't have to worry about having to stud it or do anything else. These engines can take the extra power, but it's entirely up to you. If you're interested in getting it done, call me, 601-376-9869. I'll go over all the benefits and everything else involved with it, and cost and all that, and you know, answer any questions you may have. It's really too much to try and put in a video. But on the other hand, the truck's fine the way it is. All you got to do is what you need to be doing anyway. You got to change the oil every 5,000 miles. You got to change the fuel filters every other oil change, and you've got to use Ford filters. If you do that, this thing can conceivably just run forever. I mean, they're good trucks. But if you don't stay on top of the service, you're going to have problems. And heck, you can't hardly buy the Ford filters and 15 quarts of oil for much less than the $99 that our Ford dealers charge to do the oil change. So why bother doing it yourself or trying to save $5 or $10? Because the thing is, Ford has not released the patent on the filters. So all these aftermarket filters, they can't be exact copies. I mean, they'll work, but they won't work as long before they start bypassing, and they won't work as well. So you got to use Ford filters. But you do that, you won't have any issues, delete it or not. This isn't like a 6.0 motor where you pretty much have to delete the EGR cooler on these, on them. But on these 6.4s, you can delete the EGR cooler. You don't have to. You can delete the DPF and pick up all that fuel economy, but you don't have to. You can leave it stock if you want to. There's tons of options on deleting it, how much you want to delete, just a delete pipe, full exhaust, muffler, no muffler, everything else. So, you know, if you're interested in that, just call me, 601-376-9869. But if you want to fly in, drive this truck home, you can. We'll pick you up at the airport, come back to our place, do all the paperwork and feedback, everything, make it a real smooth deal. So be glad to do it. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. So that's an option. But we know most of our customers, they're not from around here. They're coming from the Northeast and the Midwest, and they're buying from us because, well, first of all, we got great prices, and second of all, our trucks don't have any rust. This truck's a Mississippi truck. You can see it's got a Mississippi inspection on it and everything. But you know, not everybody has time to make a long plane trip or drive in and spend 2 or 3 days out on the road. So don't let the thought of having to ship one scare you. If you look online at these shipping quotes you can get online, don't let those prices scare you, because depending on how much of a hurry you're in, we can save you as much as half off the average online quote. And the reason for that is most of these guys you get online, they're not really shippers. What they are brokers. They don't have a fleet of trucks out on the road. They take your shipment, they charge you hundreds of dollars and call it a deposit. And they post it on this one website called Central Dispatch that is not open to the public. You have to be in the industry. You have to pass a entrance test. They got 50 pages of questions. You have to pay a monthly fee. It's just a long, drawn-out process to get to join up with them. But once you do, you deal directly with the shippers, and so that's what we can do, and we can basically get you the wholesale price on shipping. And we don't charge a markup or a brokerage fee or anything like that. All we do is we'll find somebody to do it, and then you pay them when they drop your truck off. We just help arrange it. And if you're interested, shoot me a text or an email with your zip code, and I'll get you a good ballpark figure on shipping. Now, I say ballpark because I had a guy get mad at me the other day because I told him around 450, and I told him, you know, that was the low end. It really came down to how much of a hurry he was in, and after 2 or 3 days, he emailed me every day for a couple days after that. Is it picked up? Is it picked up? I kept telling him, look, the more hurry you're in, the more it's going to cost. He said, well, I just want my truck. I said, well, that's fine. I ended up getting it done for $550, and he got mad because I said around $450 and it ended up being $550. Now, if he had been patient, I could have got it done for $450 eventually, but he wanted his truck, so I got it done for $550. And basically it comes down to the more you're willing to pay, the quicker you'll get it. Because if you're willing to pay more, then somebody is more likely to detour over to us to pick it up, versus if you're not in a hurry, you know, we'll wait and we'll catch somebody that's in this area, that's headed to your area, that's got an empty spot on their truck that will cut a deal. So just call me, I can explain it further. I mean, it's nothing really complicated. Basically, we'll give you a ballpark on shipping, we'll arrange it, and that'll be it. So if you have any questions about that, call me. Once again, 601-376-9869. Be glad to answer any questions you may have about the truck, about deletes, about shipping, about any of that. And like I said, we try and make it as smooth a process as we can. And I wanted to show you, we've been driving over 11 minutes now, and you can see absolutely no warning lights on. I like to show the dash after we've been driving a while because, you know, it's easy to pop off an engine light or something and take a picture and say, hey, no warning lights. But if there's a problem and you haven't fixed it, then the light's going to come back on eventually. Within a few, 5 or 10 minutes, it's going to come back on. So we like to show after we've been driving that there's absolutely no warning lights lit. You can see once again, no warning lights. And show you that we got a good truck, does what it's supposed to do with no issues. So one more time, if you have any questions, call me. My number is 601-376-9869. Be glad to answer any questions you may have. Other than that, we appreciate you watching our video, hearing everything we have to say, and we look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.